Hello, and welcome to this second section of Building Excellence in Product Management and the first lecture of that in Formulating Innovative Strategy for the existing products. So, I am Arun Singhal, your management coach and mentor with 40 years of experience in people development. So what are we going to do in this section is to give you an in-depth understanding of how can we formulate innovative strategies for existing products to help you build excellence in product management. And specifically in this lecture, we will cover two things. What are these strategies that we need to formulate? And what is the definition? What do we mean by the strategy? What questions do we need to answer as a part of these strategies? Right? So what do you think? What are the strategies that we need to formulate as a part of formulating innovative strategies for a product management function? Any thoughts? Okay. Before we take a look at these strategies, before I tell you what these strategies are, let's take a look at what are these strategies a part of. These strategies do not kind of stand alone in isolation. They're part of something. Now, what is it that they're part of? Let's look at it in the next slide. So these strategies are part of a marketing plan for a product, as you see on the left side of your screen. That marketing plan, a product manager spends formulating for about 3 months every year and implements in the remaining 9 months. And it's the Bible for a product management professional. So in this you see there are a couple of 6 strategies that you see here. Overall marketing strategy, brand positioning, product strategy, pricing strategy, sales and distribution, and price promotion and communication strategies. In addition to these 6 strategies, it also includes other essential information necessary to understand these strategies. Things like objectives, what are we trying to achieve, what will these what are these strategies going to achieve as a result, and what is the background of this strategy that supports this strategy in terms of market structure and competition analysis. It also includes, the marketing plan also includes what action are needed to be implemented in the remaining 9 months as consequent to these strategies, and includes the cost of that and expected result, and what is the P&L that looks like going to be achieved as a result of these strategies and action plan. Right. So what are these strategies? Let's talk about these 6 strategies. So what is the definition of these strategies? What do you think? What do these strategies mean to you? Any thoughts? What does every one of them mean? These strategies but why are there so many strategies? So let's look at each of these strategies and what do they mean actually? What questions do they need to answer in that? So these strategies basically are about answering questions about each of these, and these questions are like this. In the overall marketing strategy, we answer who are we going to target to get sales over the next 3 years and why. So this is like defining the target customer. Second thing is a part of overall marketing strategy. We offer a very broad question. What's our overall competitive strategy? Versus competition, what is our basic offering going to be? Are we going to offer a superior product, a superior service, a lower cost, or whatever? So we need to define that at a very broad level. Third thing that we need to define as a part of overall marketing strategy is that to achieve these sales goals that we have set and objectives, what are the key marketing tasks? And key marketing tasks could be increasing awareness, inducing trials, improving repeat purchase, and ensuring that upgrades are taken up by the customers. So these are 3 broad questions that in the overall marketing strategy we need to answer. Let's look at the brand positioning statement. What would we include? What questions will we ask in the brand positioning strategy or statement? In this, we start saying, who are we going to compete with in terms of competitor, in terms of who's your target competitor for getting sales and why, and share and sales that we want to get from, and why do we choose that competitor? How are we better than our target competition in providing better value to the target customer? Because then only the shift will happen, right? And what is the reason to believe that your product or service will offer better value? Very, very important. So these are the three essential part of a brand positioning statement or brand positioning as we can define. What does the product strategy mean? In product strategy simply basically means is that over the next couple of years, what improvements are required to keep your product better than the target competitor based on the current product and likely improvement. So you are competing in a market. If your strategy is to deliver superior product, how are you going to maintain that superiority? What are the kind of features or improvements that you will introduce in your product so that you can stay ahead of your competition, and that you specify, you kind of lay it out for next 2-3 years based on your current thinking. Then the pricing strategy basically says how you go to price yourself over your target competitor. It's all about target competitor. So how are you going to be on parity? Are you going to price premium to that target competitor your products and services? If premium, how much and why? If you're going to pay discount, how much and why again? So this is the kind of a discussion that goes in the pricing strategy. The promotional and communication strategy basically talks about what are your promotional objectives. You have set an overall marketing strategy where you would have specified whether your focus is on increasing awareness or trials or upgrades or whatever. So based on your overall marketing strategy, what are your promotional objectives that you lay it out for next 3 years, as you say? Then how will you be meeting these objectives? What would you do to achieve these objectives? What activity will need to be done to meet objectives with location, timing, cost, and expected results? And that this includes promotion in very broad sense. Below the line promotion, above the line promotion, advertising, any kind of sales promotion that you want to run, deals. So all that is included as a part of promotion here. As a part of the sales and distribution strategy or delivery strategy, what we include is how will we deliver products. If you are in FMCG, as an example given here, how many dealers do you have? And if you have chosen to deliver your product to your customer through your dealers, how many dealers do you have now? How many are working for you? How many chemists are there? How would you like to move forward on this number? Are you going to introduce any new innovative channel, etc., etc.? So basically, how would you deliver and distribute your product to your customer so that they can buy the product there? So that's the overall sense of what strategies are there and how will we define those strategies. So what are we going to do in the next module? We will start getting into looking at an overall approach to how can we formulate these strategies innovatively, right? Wonderful. So thank you so much for watching this first lecture of this section on formulating innovative strategy for existing product for building excellence in product management. I hope you have beginning to enjoy this session. You're beginning to learn something new, and I look forward to see you again in the next lecture.